Welcome to Learn English with Dr. Riches. In this playlist, I'll be sharing informative lessons to help you understand the tidbits and miniatures in the study of the English language. I'm Dr. Riches and I'm happy to be your teacher. Now, what do you need to know to study and understand the English language? Now, to study and understand the English language, you need to know the sound system. And in English language, the study of the sound system is treated under phonetics and phonology. You need to know the word structure, which we treat under morphology. You need to know the meaning generation system, which is treated under semantics and pragmatics. You need to learn about the language and the society. Now, that area of study is called sociolinguistics. You need to also understand the grammar, how words are put together to form sentences. That is studied under grammar. And we also call it syntax. You also need to understand the language and style. That is, the language used in different domains and for different purposes. That is treated under stylistics. Today, we look at the English sound system, which is studied under phonetics and phonology. Now, what is phonetics? Phonetics deals with the study of the actual sound produced by the speaker of a language. Phonetics has three branches. You can talk of articulatory phonetics, auditory phonetics, and acoustic phonetics. Articulatory phonetics deals with the production of sounds, that area that looks at how are the sounds produced. Auditory, on the other hand, looks at the perception of the sounds produced. How did you hear it? While acoustic phonetics deals with the properties of the sounds produced. What is phonology? Phonology deals with the pattern of sounds produced by the speaker of a language. Now, the English sound system. To understand the English sound system, you need to have a good understanding of the speech organs used in producing sounds. What are organs of speech? Organs of speech refer to the parts of the human body used in producing speech sounds. This function, that is the function of using the organs to produce sounds, is secondary to these organs of speech because the organs have their primary biological function. For instance, the mouth is used to eat, the tongue is for tasting food, and so on and so forth. So their function in speech production is secondary. Now, this is a diagram of the speech organ. Now, you need to know the names of these organs of speech, where they are located, and their functions. Study them properly. You can see them. You can see the lips, the nose ridge, the alveolar ridge. So where in particular are they located and what are they used for? So the organs of speech, the location and function. So you follow this pattern. If you look at it, you see that the lungs is located in the chest cavity. And what do? They provide the airflow needed for speech. Let's look at the lips. The lips is in the entrance of the mouth, right? What do we use it for? It helps to shape the sound that is coming from the mouth. All right? Then let's look at the teeth. The teeth is located in the mouth. What does it help us to do in speech production? It helps to shape the sound waves and so on and so forth. So you should pay particular attention to these organs of speech, know their location, and what we use them to do. Next, we look at vowel sounds. Now that we have seen the organs, now let us look at the sounds in English. Vowel sounds are produced without obstruction of the air stream coming from the lungs. And you should note that all English vowels are voiced. All English vowel sounds are voiced. Vowels are classified into monophthongs, diphthongs, and triphthongs. So vowels are classified into three. You should know and remember these three. A monophthong has just a single sound, while a diphthong has two vowel sounds produced as one. A triphthong has three sounds produced as one single syllable. So in the aspect of this lesson, we'll concentrate only on monophthongs and diphthongs. So altogether, there are 12 monophthongs in English. Usually, traditionally, you say 5 long and 7 short ones, but these are not totally true. We don't usually use that description of long and short, but for now, we can stick to that. So we have long and short vowels. You have 5 long ones and 7 short ones. The diphthongs are 8 in number, and this means that the English language has 20 vowels, excluding triphthongs that we are not talking about in this aspect of the course. So this is a list of the monophthong vowel sounds in English, and these are familiar words. Read. So the vowel sound in the word read is the long E sound. You have sit, that's a short one. You have book, you have to, you have men, you have America, you have word, you have sort, you have cat is strong R, you have but, you have part, and you have not. So these monophthongs are there for us to know that these are vowel sounds, and when we see them, we should be able to recognize them. Now, the list of diphthong vowels in English, we can see word examples. The first one, you see fear, cure, go, page. So the sound, the vowel sound are the ones I'm sounding. You have boy, okay, you have bear, you have buy, you have how, okay. These words represent these diphthongs, and the vowel sounds are the ones that we are looking at. Next, we look at parameters for describing consonants in English. There are 3 parameters used in describing consonant sounds. You have the position of the glottis. We know where the glottis is by now. You have place of articulation, and you have manner of articulation. Now, the position of the glottis gives information on whether the sound is voiced or voiceless. A sound is voiced if there is vibration of the vocal cord when such a sound is produced. A sound is voiceless if there is no vibration of the vocal cord in the course of producing that particular sound. You can perceive the vibration if you block your 2 ears, as if you place your finger in your Adam's apple. So you'll be able to get the sound, whether it is voiced or voiceless. Now, the place of articulation has to do with where the constriction occurs in the course of production of a consonant. it gives descriptions such as bilabial. Bilabial, if you have to use the two lips, labial. Two, bi. Okay, so if a sound is bilabial, it means it involves the lips, the two lips. You have labiodental, okay, that is, you have the lips and the dental. You have the alveolar palatal, so you have the alveolar ridge, then the palate together in the production of such a sound. So when you're looking at these description, you're talking about place of articulation. Now, manner of articulation describes the way the airstream escapes in the course of production. That is, it gives descriptions like plosive, like fricative, like affricative, nasal, approximant, and so on and so forth. Next, we move to the syllable. The syllable is the smallest pronounceable unit of a language. And, a native speaker is expected to know what constitutes the syllable of his or her language. He or she knows the boundary of the syllables of a word. Now, one major aspect that we'll look at is not parsing or demarcating words into syllables, but looking at the constituents, the things that are in the syllable itself. So we're not doing syllable breakdown. We're doing the component in the syllable, and that is syllabification. So syllabification is the process of breaking a word into its component syllables. That is the internal constitutes of the syllable. That's what we're breaking down, and that is what we're going to be doing specifically in this aspect of the course. Now, the syllable has three components. You have the onset, you have the nucleus or the peak, and you have the coda. Now, the nucleus or peak is a vowel in the syllable, is the vowel sound in the syllable. However, syllabic consonants can also occupy this position. So, the onset comprises the consonants that occur before the nucleus. So, the nucleus is the peak, that is what is in the middle. Now, the onset is the consonant or consonants before the nucleus, that is before the vowel, while the coda comprises the consonant, all of the consonants after the vowel. So from this explanation, you see that the structure of the English syllable is C 0 to 3 in brackets, then the V without a bracket, then you have C 0 to 4 in brackets. What this simply means is that elements in brackets are optional, while elements without brackets are obligatory. So the only obligatory element in this formula is the vowel sound. That is, it can be alone, but the vowels, the consonant sounds cannot stand alone. So it means that you can have 3 consonants before a vowel, 1, 2, 3 consonants before a vowel, and 1 to 4 consonants after a vowel. Now, there are 2 types of syllables. A syllable can be described as open or closed. Now, if it's a closed syllable, it can also be described as checked or arrested. Now, a syllable with a coda is closed. That means it has a consonant after the vowel sound, so it is closed. And the one without a coda is open. That is, it ends with the vowel sound. Look at examples of open and closed syllable. Now, to use this formula, the CO3 vowel, CO4, you have to first transcribe the word before you can say exactly what sounds are constitutes in the syllable. That is, you need to transcribe it. So you're not using the word to know the formula, to get the formula in a particular word. You have to transcribe because we're dealing with sounds, not with letters. So for instance, the word take, T-A-K-E. If you do not transcribe it, you will have ta as in C, you have V, you have ka, then you have, so it's going to be wrong. But if you transcribe it, you have the ta sound, you have the diphthong, I-E, then you have K. So the ka sound. So that's just C, V, C. So, but if you don't transcribe it, there is no way you will get it right. So look at these examples. Open syllables, you have floor, you have the f sound, you have the l sound, and you have the long o. So it ends with the long o, it ends with the vowel sound, and so it is open. Please take note of this. If you look at the closed ones, it ends with a consonant sound. Rod ends with a consonant sound. So these distinction between open and closed is just whether it has a coda or not. And it is important for you to transcribe the word before you can get the constituent in the syllable. Now, let's test our understanding of syllabification. Using the formula that I've given you, look at these words, okay, and use the formula to get the pattern of the syllable. All right, so thanks for watching. Please take note of key items in bold letters. Don't forget, if you've not been doing that, go back and take note of those items in bold letters. Don't forget to join me again for another informative and insightful lesson on a study of the English language. I'm Dr. Riches and I'm happy to be your teacher. Bye.